Hey everyone, welcome back to What If History Here. Alright, so today we're diving into something absolutely mind-blowing. Nikola Tesla, arguably the greatest inventor who ever lived. The man who gave us AC electricity, wireless communication, and ideas so advanced we're still catching up. But here's the question. What if Tesla had artificial intelligence? What if the most brilliant mind in history had access to unlimited computational power? This is gonna get wild. Let's go. Part 1. The genius who saw the future. Okay, so first we need to understand just how brilliant Nikola Tesla actually was. This guy was visualizing inventions in his head with photographic accuracy. He could design entire machines mentally, test them in his imagination, and then build them perfectly on the first try. Tesla invented the alternating current system that powers our entire world. He pioneered wireless communication before radio even existed. He experimented with X-rays, robotics, and even claimed he could transmit electricity wirelessly through the air. The man was literally living in the future while everyone else was stuck in the 1890s. But here's the tragedy. Tesla had ideas that were too advanced. He wanted to build a global wireless energy system. He envisioned smartphones basically 100 years before they existed. He talked about artificial intelligence and autonomous machines in 1898. The problem? He was limited by the technology of his time. His calculations took forever. His experiments required massive resources. And he couldn't run simulations. He had to build everything physically and hope it worked. Now imagine giving this man AI, machine learning, quantum simulations, instant calculations for any electrical system imaginable. You're not just upgrading Tesla. You're giving a genius from the past the tools of the future. And honestly, I think the world would be completely different. Because Tesla's limitation was never his imagination. It was the technology available to test his ideas. So buckle up. Because we're about to explore what happens when unlimited genius meets unlimited computational power. Part 2. The inventions that would come early. Alright, so let's talk about what Tesla could actually build if he had AI assistance. First up, wireless power transmission. In our timeline, Tesla tried to build Wardenclyffe Tower to transmit electricity through the atmosphere. It failed because the calculations were too complex and he ran out of funding. But with AI, he could simulate every variable instantly. Atmospheric conditions, resonance frequencies, energy loss calculations, all solved in seconds instead of years. Suddenly, wireless electricity becomes reality in 1905. No more power lines, no more cables. Every device pulls energy from the air. The entire electrical grid gets reinvented a century early. Second, Tesla's famous death ray. Yeah, that was a real thing he was working on. A directed energy weapon using particle beams. Sounds like science fiction, right? But Tesla believed it was possible. With AI running millions of simulations, he might have actually built it. And now we're talking about laser weapons in World War I. That's terrifying. Third, artificial intelligence itself. Remember, Tesla was already talking about autonomous machines and thinking robots in the 1890s. Give him modern AI tools and he's not just using artificial intelligence. He's improving it. He's creating neural networks inspired by electrical systems. He's building quantum computers before we even understand quantum mechanics. But here's where it gets really interesting. What if Tesla discovers something we still haven't figured out today? Because with unlimited computational power, he's not limited to our current understanding of physics. He can test theories that seem impossible. He can explore electromagnetic phenomena we haven't even imagined yet. Maybe Tesla with AI discovers zero-point energy, or anti-gravity propulsion, or how to tap into dimensional physics. The guy was already borderline supernatural in his abilities. With AI, he becomes something beyond human. Part 3. The Edison War goes nuclear. Okay, so we need to talk about the rivalry. Because if Tesla has AI, the Edison situation gets really interesting. In our timeline, Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla had this massive feud over AC versus DC power. Edison played dirty. Electrocuting animals to prove AC was dangerous, spreading propaganda, basically trying to destroy Tesla's reputation. And honestly, Edison kind of won the PR battle even though Tesla's technology was superior. But now Tesla has AI, and Edison doesn't. Imagine Edison launching his smear campaign and Tesla just instantly debunks every claim with perfect data. AI-generated simulations showing exactly why AC is safer and more efficient. Real-time calculations proving Edison's DC system is obsolete. Mathematical models that are impossible to argue against. Edison's trying to fight with propaganda and marketing. Tesla's fighting with pure, undeniable science backed by computational proof that nobody in 1890 can even comprehend. The war of currents doesn't last years, it's over in months. Tesla wins decisively. AC power gets adopted worldwide immediately. And Edison? He probably switches to AC himself just to stay relevant. But here's the darker possibility. What if Tesla uses AI to actively sabotage Edison? Because Tesla was brilliant, but he was also, let's say, emotionally intense. He held grudges. He could be petty. Now give him the ability to hack into Edison's electrical systems or predict and counter every move Edison makes before he even makes it. This isn't just two inventors competing anymore. This is an AI-assisted genius completely dominating an entire industry. Edison might not just lose the battle, he might lose everything. And honestly, I'm not sure that would be healthy for innovation, because competition drives progress. If Tesla is too dominant too fast, does anyone else even try to innovate? Do we end up in a world where one man controls all technology? That's a really interesting question, right? Sometimes being too successful can actually slow things down. Part 4, the world Tesla would build. Alright, so let's imagine Tesla wins. He has AI, he's proven AC power is superior, and now he has unlimited resources and credibility. What does he actually do with it? First, he finishes Wardenclyffe. The global wireless energy system becomes reality. By 1920, every home, every car, every device on Earth is pulling electricity from the atmosphere. No power plants, no coal, no oil dependence. The entire energy industry gets revolutionized before World War I even starts. And think about the implications. No fossil fuel wars, no oil cartels, no OPEC. The entire geopolitical landscape of the 20th century changes because energy is free and wireless. Second, communication technology explodes. Tesla already invented radio before Marconi, even though Marconi got the credit. With AI, he's building smartphones in 1930, the internet in 1940, video calls in 1950. We're basically 50 to 70 years ahead of schedule on all digital technology. Third, transportation gets completely reinvented. Tesla was obsessed with wireless transmission of energy, right? Now apply that to vehicles. Electric cars that never need charging because they pull power from the air. Maybe even early experiments with magnetic levitation or anti-gravity propulsion. The 1950s don't look like our 1950s. They look like our 2025, maybe even beyond. But here's the question nobody's asking. Is humanity ready for this? Because technology isn't just about capability, it's about wisdom. In our timeline, we had 100 years to gradually adapt to electrical power, then computers, then the internet. Each generation had time to adjust. But in Tesla's AI timeline, all of it happens in one lifetime. One generation goes from gas lamps to wireless global internet, from horses to flying cars, from telegraph to AI-powered communication. Can society handle that? Can governments regulate it? Can humans psychologically adapt to that much change that fast? Or does the world descend into chaos because the technology advances faster than human wisdom can keep up? That's honestly the scariest part of this scenario. Not that the technology wouldn't work, but that it would work too well. Part 5, the legacy we lost. So what does all of this actually teach us? First lesson, genius without resources is just potential. Tesla, in our real timeline, died broke and forgotten in a hotel room. His ideas were decades ahead of his time, but he couldn't get funding. He couldn't convince investors. His brilliance wasn't enough. But Tesla with AI, he can prove his ideas work before building them. He can show investors exact simulations. He can eliminate all risk. Suddenly, funding isn't the problem, and genius becomes reality instead of just dreams. Second lesson, speed of innovation matters. Tesla wanted to give the world free wireless energy. In our timeline, that never happened, and we spent a century fighting wars over oil. Technology that arrives too late is opportunity lost. People suffer while brilliant ideas sit in filing cabinets. And third, maybe we need to think about AI differently. We always talk about AI as this future thing that's coming. But what if we thought about it as a tool to unlock the potential of brilliant people who are already here? How many modern-day Teslas exist right now who can't test their ideas because they don't have computational resources? How many breakthroughs are we missing because someone brilliant can't afford the technology to prove their theories? Here's what really gets me. Tesla died in 1943. The computer age started in the 1950s. He missed it by less than a decade. If he'd lived just 10 more years, he could have seen the beginnings of the technology that would have let him achieve everything he dreamed of. That's the real tragedy. Not that Tesla didn't have AI, but that he came so close to the era where his ideas could have been realized. So maybe the question isn't, what if Tesla had AI? Maybe it's, what are we doing with AI today that Tesla would have used to change the world? Because the tools exist now. The computational power is here. The only question is, do we have anyone with Tesla's vision to use it? And honestly, I think we might. They're just waiting for their moment. All right, everyone, that's our journey through a world where Tesla had AI. If you enjoyed this dive into alternate history, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Next time, we're asking, what if Cleopatra had Instagram? Yes, really. And it's gonna be amazing. Thanks for watching What If History Here, and I'll see you in the next timeline.